problem is not what they're searching, is that they're on looking at shit, and then there's that one motherfucker, that bitch who's got a link in bio, and it's fucking links to their shit, and they're like. Oh, we're here. We're queer.
We're glad to be here.
Glad to be here.
We are here again.
Hello.
Welcome back. What episode is this?
136, bitch. Yeah.
Wow, we're doing good.
Yes,
We're doing
sir.
good. Where is the time flying?
Over 2 years, man.
So, Joey K, how are you? We returned. First of all, before I ask you how are you though, let's we're coming up towards the end of the year, right? When I look at the dates, we've probably only got like 3 more pods in us before we're on like holidays. That's right, I do give the workers holidays. So how are you feeling overall? It's been a good year.
Yeah.
We've almost hit consecutive like back-to-back weeks. Almost. We've got, sometimes we've had a break or we've had double ups on episodes, which is pretty good. So how are you feeling overall? Like how did we do this year?
Yeah, I reckon it's the consistency part that's like gonna, you know what I mean? Like not everyone does this and keeps doing it. You know what I mean? So I felt like we've done pretty well, especially when, even back when we went to Europe, even we were doing.
We still had the fillers.
We still had the fillers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking the only thing, like, this is easy for us to keep this pace up, right?
Yeah.
And I quite enjoy it, like every single time I'm here. But then we're thinking as well, me and Tori, we got a 3-month Europe trip next year. So I'm like, I'm like, man, do we like, I don't know, do I do a few solo ones, or do me and Tori do it, or if you want to do more, you know what I mean? Because I feel like it's one thing, it's weird, right? Because it's asking you guys to double commit to 2 times a week for a certain amount of time. Or if it wasn't too much, I was thinking me and Tori just go ghost and it's just you guys. But I'm just thinking it might.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
How long are you going for?
So from May, June, July, we're going.
Ooh,
3 months.
Yeah.
Shit.
that's a whopper of a trip, man.
We could do a couple backups, but then
You can't do that many backups, but I'm just saying, yeah, that's something to think about. But that's only, in the terms of...
It does give me and DZ a break. You could do, say, like 3 solos. But like I said, maybe next year, maybe in Feb.
If we sprinkle them in?
Yeah, so you're going to have to start coming over next year in like Feb, maybe late Jan. Start recording them, obviously, and then I edit them, back them up, put them in the vault, and then you leave. Maybe we do one without you. Boom, next week, solo. We do one. Next week solo, because then that helps kind of give us a little break and we just kind of chill. Yeah. And it also gives the fans, their Fun the God fucking
little dosage.
Their little dosage of the Fun the God.
Definitely back something up for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
We'll
for
do
sure.
at least a couple.
But other than that, man, like I don't know, every week. That's why I voice messages yesterday in the chat. I was like, man, I love this shit. I was thinking, I was thinking just like, yeah, every week I feel like it's weird when we don't do it now.
Yeah, 100%. Like this is so ingrained in my schedule now. It's fucked.
Yeah.
Like I know Wednesdays I got to come home, set this up. I don't really do much until like you leave. Like it's just fucked. Like how normal it is.
It's like I was saying before. I just said it's funny how we all just rock up like it's a job.
all
Like
got bags and
Wednesday,
shit, yeah.
5:30, we just rock up. We got our lunch. We got our fucking drink bottle.
Tori's got a 20-litre bottle of water.
Like normally you would you message in a group chat something like, yeah, bro, I'm leaving now. I'm coming. We don't even say anything. We just come, we rock up. Like walk in.
Oh, that's good shit.
It's cool, man.
Other than that, how was your week?
Yeah, good. Yeah, just been really, really busy, installed some cameras for Tori's grandpa over the weekend, and I did it on the 32-degree day where the sun was just out all day. And then my logic was I didn't put any sunscreen on, right? And I was like, well, the only thing that's worse than being sunburnt is being sunburnt but having a shirt burn.
Yeah.
I said, an ugly
Like
shirt
the fucking-
tan.
Yeah.
So I just go, fuck it, ready? Boom. Like, and then Tori's pop, like 2 hours in, was like, oh shit, you better get some on your head.
Bright.
Yeah, hey, he gave me this mad, actually looks actually pretty hectic. It's like a big brim hat, but it has, remember back in primary school when you had those flaps that cover the back of your ears, and so I had that, but everything else burnt, right? I was probably on the roof because on the roof maybe 3-4 hours of the day, at least, right? And then even when I'm putting up the cameras, I'm still in the sun, this and that. So then I get home and I'm just like red raw. And you know how after you shower, like I had a cold ass shower, but then I'm just like, stupid me didn't slip, so sad. But also even if I had sunscreen, I didn't want Tori's pop or Nan to rub my back. So then I also thought, am I just going to be on the roof going, like, trying to get, and then you're trying to just rub, like, there's nothing more insecure than a guy trying to rub sunscreen into his own back. But yeah,
I'm here, grandson.
Yeah, but other than that, that was like an all day thing. I went to the gym prior to that, but that was an all day thing. So that was my Saturday really, and then just chilled out really. This weekend, Dom Dollar. So yeah, I don't know. It's one of the, it's that time of year now where, I mean, for most, I guess, it's a busy. I don't know if we've, as a society, been like, just learn to say that so we manifest that into existence. Like, does it have to be a busy time of year? Or do we just say that it's, how many times have you heard, I say it myself, I go, all right, after September, everything's.
But there's only like 2 things on. Fuck.
No, but it just so happens we always do have something on.
There always
but
is
I'm
something
like,
on.
But
It
then,
is fucked.
how hard is it sometimes to just be like, you know what? I need to be more choosy with what I say yes to, because I say yes to everything. But then I feel bad to saying no as well. I'm like a people pleaser in that way, I feel like. But yeah, other than that, I did nothing. Just fucking chill.
DZ, what's been happening?
Yeah, I'm good, man. It was my daughter's birthday on the weekend. I took her to the aquarium down there.
Yeah, it was good.
How old is she now?
3.
Damn, man.
3 years old. Yep.
Going fast, bro.
She's got a little attitude. She's a 3-nager. She's been a 3-nager since she was 2.
Yep.
That's 3-nager.
Yeah, she's very clever, man. Very smart. It's a blessing being a dad, man. It's the best. But other than that, I've been well. I have an announcement. As you know, we are brought to you by our sponsor, as always, a Hydro Grip, right? As always. Now, to go with the Hydro Grip, this one's for all our lovely ladies out there. Her Home Fitness. It's a fitness-based app, website. You can go on there. It's targeted to women with busy schedules. Even if you're pregnant, you go on there. You can get your workouts in. It's all tailored to you. You can talk to your trainer, meet your trainer. There's a no-commitment consultations available. A lot of giveaways and stuff, so you can check it out. It's rather homie who we had on this show, Josh. Shout out to you, bro. You're doing big things.
Yep.
So it's super cool. He showed me everything how it works. It's very cool. I said, man, that's awesome. We'll give you a shout out.
Yep.
So if you're a lady out there, you got a busy schedule, you just want to kind of bring your workouts back into your power, get it done at home, check it out. Her Home Fitness, very cool.
What's up, Australia? It's Egyptian Thunder God here from FireCast. Do you like training? What about staying hydrated? What about letting the world know? Because we all know that everyone loves to film themselves. If you don't film it at the gym, it doesn't count. This is the easiest way to take your videos at the gym. It's got this magnetic ring, the back of your phone. Set it up like so and record whatever you want. You don't have to be some obnoxious dude or girl bringing some tripod thing to the gym. No one wants to see that. This is so subtle, yet so effective. 10% of every purchase also goes to the Sydney Children's Hospital, so that's a plus. This thing stays hot or cold for hours, and it just doesn't get better than this. You know what I mean? You can pick up yours whenever you want. Hydro Grip. Let's go.
And as always, a Hydro Grip deal 10. Get 10% off
sir.
for all the gym lovers out there.
Let's go.
And speaking of gym, I haven't been to the gym in about a week, man. I've been slacking hard.
Yeah, I slacked on
Is
the
it
gym.
work? Is it just, do you have the time, but you're just like, fuck this, why am I going?
I usually go every morning before work when I can, but I usually take Monday off. I go hard on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, always go. But then I take Monday off. And when I realize I take the Monday off...
Wait, you go the back end of the week, the gym?
Yeah, well, usually, just because Saturday and Sunday is easy for me. Because in the morning, I don't have to go to work, so I can go whenever. Go smash it out. So that always works out. But then if I sleep in on the Monday, because I go before work, if I take that Monday off and I sleep in, it gets hard, man. It's like a slippery slope. And then Tuesday comes and I sleep in as well. And then Wednesday came, I slept in as well. And so if I don't go tomorrow, I haven't gone since fucking Sunday. But usually I'm pretty good, pretty disciplined. It's just fucking hard sometimes.
Yeah.
I swear I don't even hear my alarm. I wake up, it's like, did it even fucking go off or what? But anyway, yeah, the gym's always good, man. And how are you, man?
Yes, good. As always, doing heaps of things, trying different things.
Someone getting a phone call?
Yes, that's me. Sorry, my boys. See what I mean? I'm just fucking just that busy, bro. Fucking phone calls coming out my ass. It's fucked. I'm just fucking. I'm trying to for 2025. I'm gonna try really again have another crack at trying to sell beats. I know that's such a saturated market. And and because I did do it a couple years ago, and I did make some money off it. It wasn't consistent enough. Unfortunately, it wasn't like a payout every week, but in dribs and drabs every fortnight, someone would buy something, and that was when I was making ass stuff. So, and now I know, like, I'm fucking good. I know I'm good. I don't need anyone to tell me I'm my biggest person who, like, I'll always back myself the most. I'm in my corner the most. So I know I'm making quality. So I want to really have a go at doing it again, but like kind of knowing my worth. It's like what Big Red Cap spoke about when he come on. It's like you've got to know your worth. You got to be self-aware, but know your worth. And I'm self-aware enough to know that I'm good to sell beats at a fucking decent fucking price. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to try that, give that another crack. Do some marketing on it, promote the beats and that, and just see how it goes. Give that a crack. So I've been focusing on that, coming home from work, doing that, setting up the beat fucking store and shit. It's just another new thing down the rabbit hole. But other than that, yeah, been good. You've bought these weird little swell pale ales.
I'm drinking beer. It's been a long time since I drank a beer on the podcast.
Wow.
Yeah, they're not very good.
Shit.
But they were free. They were free. That's the important thing. So that's why we're
It's
here
our
drinking
favorite
them.
flavor.
There's
Free.
3 different ones.
God.
Wow,
damn.
the can itself is like
the can's cool.
Yeah, the can is cool. Pale ale is ass. If
That's
you're
ass.
listening on Spotify, it's called Swell.
Yeah, that's
Swell Brewing.
pale ale, another word for cum.
Yeah.
Yeah, some customer brought them into work for us, and we all split them.
While we're drinking that and tasting that, Tori, how you been?
I've been good. I've been tasked with planning our entire Europe trip, which has been a lot of work for 3 months.
So hold on a second. Yeah, where the fuck are you going? Because we went to Europe together for...
Did you bring your spreadsheet?
I didn't. I've got it on my phone though.
She literally has a graph of spendings. She is so like zoned in. I think it's like that corporate life that she's lived.
Yeah.
That she's color coded stuff that she's already booked. She color codes that green, so then you can see whatever's green is done, and then she's got the budget. She's got the actual price. What's the difference of the budget between the actual price? That is extra spending for the thing. And it's just like budgeting
Bro, that's
on another
genius,
level.
but like you can say what you want about people who do that, but it's so smart. Like,
Exactly, yeah.
that's the best way to do it, bro.
And I guess that I take advantage of that a little bit. Well, when she's the last thing, so if she's making a graph, I'm not going to go, leave us, I'm like, oh, what's that? I go, okay, sweet. Oh, yeah. Like when we book, I'm like, I have like the okay, which at the end of the day, doesn't mean anything. If I said I don't like that place, but she does, we're staying there. You know, we should probably book longer in that place. No, but having her like she's so onto everything. But yeah, I guess I have been a bit lazy with that.
Where are you going?
So we're gonna go to England, Scotland, Ireland, Prague, Poland, Portugal, south of France, Rome, Venice, Amalfi Coast, Malta, Turkey, and then we're gonna fly to Thailand, stay in Thailand for a week, and then go home.
So hold on a second. We went together for how long? It was like
6 weeks.
6 weeks, and you said basically
3
doing
months.
11 weeks.
And we got the time off work. They all accepted it, and like we just assume our roles back. Like we just go back.
Which was the biggest concern,
Yeah.
like having to either quit your job. That was the other alternative, quitting the job and then coming back after.
and then trying again.
job.
And then having no job for however long. So knowing that we get to come back and then the week after get a paycheck is obviously good. But that's why we've got to budget and do a spreadsheet so that we can still come back to money and not blow everything and hopefully only
Interesting.
spend
That's
like
gonna
half.
that's gonna be fucking pricey trip, man.
Where you landing? You going from here to England?
Yeah,
Yeah,
usually.
London.
Straight to London.
Are you doing the flight
London.
straight to England? That's too expensive, eh? Or is
No, yeah, we're flying from here to London.
straight to London? It's like a 22-hour flight, isn't
Surprisingly,
it?
yeah. We're doing a stopover in
Not
Dubai?
Dubai. Is it Dubai?
Singapore.
no, what's the other one? Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
Isn't that Dubai?
Because we're
Abu Dhabi.
It's a different city.
Yeah.
yeah. So we're going to London with one stopover. We're going with Etihad.
They're really good.
$1,100 each is all it costs.
And their food, don't get me wrong.
$1,100.
1,100.
That's it. We paid $985 when we went last year, and that was with freaking Vietnam Airlines.
Wait, what's the airline?
Etihad. It's
They're a good.
Oh, that's
Etihad,
the
Arab Emirates.
That's the
They're
similar to
plain
Emirates.
food, right?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, plain food. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm talking plain food, right? Not normal food. but it's a solid 8.5.
They're good.
So it's a
really.
free normal
So like you
Yeah.
get sausages and eggs in the morning, but the sausages are like little chipolatas, but they're like more of the IKEA like sausages. You know the IKEA hot dogs.
Yeah.
You know the sausages just been sitting in the water for like however long. But yeah, that and one day though, like we got a credit card now, so we're trying to just spend everything that we spend in life with the credit card, then just pay back on the credit card straight away. And we already got like 75,000 points, but that's not even heaps in the grand scheme of things. It's like how much for like a...
Well, 75,000, you could go from here to LA economy for like 80, 90,000 and we've got 75,000. So if you just keep spending on the credit card every day, put all your bills, we're booking all of our flights, all of our...
One day we will go on a business class flight and it would be paid for through the points.
Yeah.
That's the
Because
goal.
no way I'm paying... I don't know how much business class is,
A
especially
lot.
that long.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'll probably buy business class to Queensland. Imagine. Just 1 hour. You're like,
Interesting. That's cool,
Yeah.
man. That's cool. Fucking
after that, I think it's time to maybe save for more serious things. Maybe,
Hopefully
you know what I
have a
mean?
wedding.
yeah. Time's ticking. Wedding,
That.
house,
And there's a house,
children.
it's like-
yeah.
No, not kids. Just
And then a mate of mine, the PM, I was talking about that today with him actually, and he goes, just elope, bro. You might as well elope while you're overseas. And I'm like, bro, you would think that I'm the woman in the relationship in terms of like me wanting there to be heaps of all my friends and family
He
there
wants his
watching.
day.
Yeah.
Whereas like, most guys, and the girl is the one.
I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, she doesn't care, but I'm like, no,
Like, you're
I
the
need
girl
to
in
be
the LA.
around. You know what I mean?
Oh god.
Gets the dildo out.
Jesus Christ.
No, but yeah. So I don't know. I just think there's so much to pay for in life. I wish everything was just. I wish weddings weren't a little house deposit. I mean, it's not a house deposit anymore. It's probably like maybe half or
Well, weddings are like 80 grand.
yeah, average.
Yeah.
Average.
That's ridiculous, man.
Like,
I don't care about that shit either. I would just elope. Like, I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck. Rose doesn't really care either. So
Fair though, and fair. And the thing is, that's a smart thing. But why is it not so for me in my head? Like, why am I like? I'd look around and I'd be like, do we Zoom call everyone at once and like have phones?
There's nothing wrong with wanting that
Yeah.
day, but it shouldn't be so expensive. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, you can have a big party.
Yeah.
It's not going to cost you anywhere near 80 grand.
Well,
you know? So it's
he
like,
said, he goes, if you elope, you can always have a party, which the venues don't charge as much when you say wedding. When you say party, they don't charge as much. When you say
So you
wedding,
say wedding,
boom.
they jack
So
it.
some people get
100%.
KFC or food trucks. Or my mate literally got KFC. I'm telling you, KFC like catered basically. KFC at this hall, nice hall. They'd done it up. It was a hall, but they made it look nice. But they just had a little wedding, but then with that. And he was just saying it's just as wholesome. But obviously, if you can't see past it, not being like your traditional wedding, it can affect people's moods. You know, some people are willing to give that up. I don't know if I am.
Hey, at least you're honest, man.
yeah, I
like
think I am.
it's that's cool.
Maybe I don't need the guy with the video camera running across the hall. Like, getting that. Like, he always gets. You see the camera guy. He's always getting the best shots.
Oh yeah. It's like fucking
Your family's ethnic too, so I don't know if they'd want to fucking.
Oh my
expect
God.
They've
people
already
to-
said
Well,
no to eloping.
Dad already wanted it to be a priest to marry us, not like a celebrant. He's like, it needs to be a priest, and I'm like. This one will burn if she goes into the church will no, but like
you got to come in on an elephant, eh? Like,
with the Lebanese drums.
A camel.
fucking camel or a fucking turkey or something.
Yeah, I get the ring out from the camel. Like he just spits it out into my hand.
As we do that, we've all gone through.
Wow, this beer is terrible.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
disgusting.
not good. Yeah, not good.
Let's have a look at some speak cocks. We have quite a bit. I think there's a lot of discussions about last week's topic,
The fuck were we even talking about last
which is
week?
good.
It all just blurs together.
The social media.
Social
fucking-
media.
See, how much better now do his TikTok clips look now? With this camera?
Do you know what's funny?
How much better?
Yeah, bro, it makes a huge difference.
God damn.
I posted a clip of this cunt doing the Karen story, and all the Karens started rallying together and commenting. There was like two old people that commented,
Yeah.
I do the same thing. And
Yeah.
I send my number, and if they don't send me a message in 24 hours, I rock up at the business. And they're all agreeing with him. And like,
I'm telling you, I'm going to run for president. I'll win.
President of the Karens.
I'll win.
Oh god.
All right.
They scrapped that misinformation thing too. Now I saw they're scrapping it.
Yeah, it's impossible to police.
Yeah, it's a fucking
literally
stupid
impossible.
idea.
All right,
and they also said that the under 16s thing won't be an ID. That's what they're saying. Someone's saying it's
fair.
not going to be a digital.
So
ID.
in other words, there's loopholes.
Yes, but who knows what form it'll take.
So, Mega returns with 2 points.
What's up, guys? I just wanted to touch base on a few points that I brought up on the last episode and that you discussed. So don't get me wrong. I 100% agree with a lot of the things you said. Social media is indeed an evil machine, and I don't think anybody should be on it, let alone children, but not, even adults, because, obviously our generation is really the first to deal with social media, and we were not given the tools needed to navigate that world, in a safe way. So we're already fucked up, and we're just passing it on to our children, and there's still no real kind of way around it. So, kids are just born into this world, and social media is a part of that. So they don't know how to get through it unscathed. So my problem is that instead of focusing on all these different individual problems that come from outside sources, people just go straight to blaming social media outright without taking responsibility of how they're not teaching their kids or how the outside world is influencing them on a greater scale. So that's my problem with it,
Yeah.
I can see that.
I can see that.
I like that. I agree with that one. That's he's right. Because we're the last generation. We're almost like the last line of defense, right? Because we were all born as 2000s or 90s, not even 90s babies, right? We're born with none of it. We're all playing in the streets, fucking riding skateboards. You got to come home when the street lights come on. But we then start high school with fucking blueberries are coming out and shit. Remember those in school? Blueberries. We all went to the same school. Oh, no, you didn't. We went to the same school. You went to the same school. Everyone had a little blueberry in it.
Well, you were playing Snake on the
The little
Nokia.
Nokia. So remember that? So.
Remember Nokia was the loudest? It was the loudest, the little tablet
Indestructible
version.
too,
Yeah,
right?
indestructible. And Mega's right. We weren't taught safety, like nothing. Like it was just like we're just given it. It's like, here you go, you little fuckers. And then we're like, oh shit. And then of course your parents are like, oh, this is cool. Now I can contact him if something happens at school. He gets hurt. Cool. We get these phones, and then boom, it's like game over from there. It's like now we're literally the last line of fucking juice.
Remember playing Snake on them fucking things?
Yeah.
You play Snake. Yeah,
See, the thing is, we're in a massive experiment. No one knows what the impact of this stuff is going to be when they make it. It's the same with the AI, everything, any invention. They have an idea, they make it, they don't know the impact. It's like when the internet first came out, the same thing.
Just
There
run
was
with it.
So many people saying the internet's not going to take off. I'm not putting my business on the internet. It's never going to work.
I mean, the ones that didn't
and
fold
they
it,
lost
yeah.
out. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing with the social media. They've given it to us. It's only been 15 years at the most, right? Since 2005, maybe when Facebook came out, was it? So it's like they don't know what the fuck's gonna go. Like, we don't know the effect on an adult brain,
And it's still
in
not probably
20
finished.
years.
It's probably not finished with us yet. The effects
No
is probably
way.
we're in the middle of it right now. So.
And then they're making these VR things. You got Mark Zuckerberg working on this metaverse shit that's still happening. People forgot about that, but that's still going to happen. It's probably gotten 10 times better since the last time we saw it. You're going to be on Facebook in a fucking metaverse playing ping pong with cunts and shit. Like,
all over the world.
like we're in a massive experiment. And then that's why these things happen where the government comes out and says, maybe we should do this and ban people from doing this because it might be bad, because everyone's figuring it out at the same time.
Yeah, you just can't shelter people like that though. That's at the end of the day, that's what it is. Like it's that much of a big thing now in today's world that like you don't like North Korea where you're like you don't have any access to, you know what I mean? It's kind of like the same thing with kids with giving them tablets, like as in the iPads, this and that. People are going to talk about the latest things, and nowadays the latest things aren't like what Iggy did last weekend because you were playing together. It's what you played online with whatever in whatever chat party you're in, and what's username, and you're like, oh, I don't have like any of that. Like it's kind of like a shame that that's the way it is, but that is the way it is. But that's why I agree with Meg. You do have to. The onus is on the parents to teach them. But yeah, he's right. You can't blame it all on social media, but it definitely is an enabler for sure.
And the things are just moving so quick that
That it's getting scary. Like, how much quicker can it get? You know what I'm saying? Like, Donald Trump gets shot, right? That's in the media for 3 days. They talked about it. Back 10 years ago, this stuff would be massive news for ages. But now the news cycle is so. Every week on FireCast, we got 40 fucking different news stories since the last week, and like people are just so like the Hok Tour girl. You know, she comes out, she blows up, she's famous, does a podcast, and now everyone forgets about her. Like it's gone. Like, it's just so quick, man.
True.
Like, it's just crazy how exponential. Everything.
But this has always happened. It's just like you said, everyone's covering everything now. When back in the day, all this shit would happen. Like, you know what I mean? All this shit would be going on. But you just had to try harder to be famous. That's legit what it was. Back in the day, you had to try harder to be famous. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, it would be hard to be famous. But you know what I mean? Like
it's harder to maintain these days. Cause
But sometimes all you need is that chance, you know what I mean? That door to open a little bit. And then you get that chance to capitalize. So that Hok Tour girl, for example, she's got her own podcast now. I don't know how successful she's been since then. But I've heard that she's, it's been lucrative for her. All that shit happening. But yeah, like you said, lasting, not sure. But if you get in that time frame where you can start something from that, then one day they'll be like, "How'd you end up getting your?" I'm like, "Oh, one day I did this video and blah blah blah." And then she's got a business now somehow from it.
Just very quickly on the evolution of social media platforms, Facebook, DZ, as you said, it came out in 2004. Twitter came out in 2006. Instagram was 2010. Do you guys remember when Instagram came out? I remember when it first came out, and it had that little emoji. I don't know if you guys can see the screen.
Yeah,
the brown
that old
emoji.
one.
Yeah, the brown. Yes.
Oh yeah.
That's
ugly as man.
Yeah, so ugly. And then the TikTok came out in 2016.
Yeah, TikTok's new. TikTok's
Crazy.
so.
What's gonna come next?
That's crazy.
And you know what's weird? You say about China, you don't want to be like China, but you look at China. And their kids are I seen a video of these kids in kindergarten. They got hula hoops on their arms and they're hopping.
Basketball.
They're basketball, bro. And they're like, you look at their TikTok. Apparently, it's all educational, scientific
They're
stuff.
juggling grains of rice.
And you look at the Western one, and it's fucking chicks shaking their ass and fucking people doing dumb shit. And yelling.
So I'm saying, man, I might join the Communist Party, man. It might be fucking. All right, let's start munching through these because we have a lot. So let's listen to Mega number 2.
Sorry, I'll only do 2 today. As for the digital ID and the misinformation, like DZ said, it's a very slippery slope. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I don't believe that, digital ID is the way they're going to control us. I realize all our information is already online. When you get your driver's license, they already have you on file, facial recognition, all that shit. The problem is not that they're tracking us through it. The problem is that this digital ID is just the next step towards that fucking like 1984 shit, the dystopian future.
Yeah.
How long until we have to show our social credit score just to buy fucking milk from Woolies? How long until you have to show your ID just to buy a fucking magazine? It is a very slippery slope. And the more control we give them now, the more fucking they push the goalpost, So it happened during COVID. We let them tell us what to do because we put our trust in them, and look how far they took it. So that's my problem with those 2 topics. I didn't really voice it properly. As I told Iggy, I was having a really shit day, so I was just one-minded. But, I do enjoy listening to your arguments and your points. So, cheers, fellas and lady.
Well, you already do need to show your ID to buy some magazines, my friend.
Soon you'll have to show your pubes for vegetables.
He's right though. COVID was the big test, and we all failed. We literally all failed. Like,
I didn't.
Oh yeah, you didn't. The rest of us did. We were fighting. For
with the
Dylan
rednecks,
did what the rats do when the other rats eat the poison.
Yeah.
He just sat back
and watch us eat it. He's like,
is that how they're going?
Yeah. Good points, man. Fuck, shout out to you, Megas. This is what I love about. I feel like we've created this little community now where everyone can say their shit. Everyone listens and takes it in from both sides of the coin.
And they remind me what the fuck we talked about last week as well. So I'm like, it puts me right back into that.
See, this is good, man. This is what we want, man. This is what we want.
Let's go.
We've got one from Zexa. I think it's tying in from last week.
I actually want to know what the psychology is when it comes to stuff like this. Like Megalodon brought up a lot of good point, like diet and stuff. If you're eating absolute shit food, obviously your brain's chemicals and all this shit's going to be wired differently. And it's a lot comes down to parenting. Like 100%, I agree with Megalon. The government shouldn't tell Megalodon or other parents or DZ or whatever what their child should do. It should be up to the parent to decide what's best for their children. That's another point. And also, how do we know like this should only be step one into what the bigger, they said under 16 should not have social media, whatever, but what is the bigger picture out of it? Like, what is the entire? I know we've been talking about this for a few episodes, but it's a good topic. Like, I feel like government shouldn't be legislating it. It should be. I believe it should be up to the social media companies to actually work on how to make social media safer for children that are under 16. But I don't think it should be up to governments because, like you said, the governments get away with shit and they can't be trusted. So, yeah. And even these social media companies, like I think Mark Zuckerberg literally apologized for, something to do with COVID or some shit. I don't really remember what, but he apologized.
Yeah, he apologized for the censorship. He admitted that the Biden administration were making them censor inaccurate stuff.
What happened to him for that?
Exactly. Nothing.
Nothing. Just like the government was telling him to do it, and he just apologized for agreeing to do it. He's like, we shouldn't have done that. Like it's
How funny if you're that high up, even doing the wrong thing. It's like, yeah, but if you did it, it's if the lame person did it, jail or whatever you're doing, whatever it is, some punishment. But when you're at the top, it's like, who's gonna enforce it when the ones that made you do it are the top dogs?
Yeah. Yeah, it's he's
that guy, man. Imagine his life.
Piece of crap.
No, he's cool now. Well, he
got updated.
He does jiu-jitsu and shit now. He's all like big into fighting. He said he entered a jiu-jitsu tournament under a fake name, so people didn't know they were fighting him. And then they rocked up until they got on the mat. They didn't know it was him. He won apparently. He won a fight or something.
Probably paid him to win. It's like, let me tap you.
Why does he look like that though?
He's an alien.
Yeah,
he's not a cyborg.
He's not human, bro.
He's worth $195 billion USD.
Oh, that must be nice.
Oh,
what's that
my
to
God.
AUD?
Yeah. 195 billion, not million.
If that's US, that's like 5 billion Oz. Is that 300 billion?
300 billion, yeah. AUD.
Why is our money worth the most? I don't get it. How are we in here? What the fuck?
It's worth less.
If he gave us for the podcast, if he just donated maybe a mil, what is a mil
to him? Bro, tag him in this clip.
Yeah.
Mark, we want to work, bro. Come on. We love
I've
jiu-jitsu.
seen you be insecure as at the UFC.
Yeah.
You were just calling him the devil and shit. Now you love him.
Dude, we love you, man. Fucking ding.
I like him.
And that's the thing, right? How many people would actually love him and how many people actually love him because he's worth $300 billion?
Oh, he's a great guy. Love what he's doing. I love what he's doing. All right, now let's munch through. So our good friend, the psychologist, has sent in some points finally. I've been wanting to hear his opinions on some things, so let's munch through them. There's a few of them, so I'm just going to play them all through, and then we'll talk about it.
Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Quick comment about the Munchausen's case. Terrible. Again, I speak from experience at this point, especially with having been a counsellor working with a young person who was being proxied by their guardian and parent who was suffering from Munchausen's. It's a terrible thing to see, and I think my heart goes out to the clinicians and to the nurses and to anyone else who had to kind of navigate that case, because it's a terrible thing. You don't expect these things, and it just shows, I guess, that when you think you know everything, you don't know anything. Especially with like parents being very twisted and messed up with their own mental health. But again, just wanted to make the comment I as well that it's good that you guys are talking about this. I think more awareness around these things is always great, especially in the form of a podcast. I'd also like to say welcome, Tori. It's good to have you. Fresh perspective, female perspective was sorely needed on this podcast. And look, I'm glad you're all doing well. Good to hear you. And that just brought me to tears actually listening to that little story you guys are talking about. And my heart and my prayers go out to anyone who has been proxied or experiencing any sort of symptoms associated with Munchausen's. It's a terrible thing, and I pray for all these people.
Yeah, that shit was sad, man.
Yeah, that's fucked up. And he goes on to the social media.
I'd also like to make a comment about the social media ban. I just want to, again, to anyone who's open for an opinion, I'd just like to say my piece, especially from like a clinical perspective. I hear what I think I might fuck this guy's name up. I apologize. I think it's Megalodon.
Megalodon is his porn star name.
I apologize.
Megalodon.
I want to reply to them and just kind of not really reply again, just share my thoughts, and I'm hoping that all of you are open for an opinion.
Yeah, of course.
Where I stand is I'm very supportive of this ban. Technology and social media is doing terrible things to our children. I believe having this ban will spare them the, I guess, not good things that are associated with very, very close internet access to other people, unregulated. There's an immense amount of psychological, clinical literature that indicates that social media such as Facebook, Instagram do have a negative effect on, especially when it comes to agency and authenticity. This is highlighted, and if you would like a kind of body of work that indicates this, my suggestion is go read The Myth of Normal by Gabor Mate. He touches on this about living in a toxic culture of social media and how it robs us of agency and authenticity. And I'll talk about that more in the next speak pipe, because these only go for a minute and a fucking half.
He needs a whole fucking seminar, this guy.
He needs a segment. He needs a segment where we call him and he just talks about 10 minutes about something that's going on. All this social media, and they can't come up with a fucking app to send longer speak pipes, eh? Yeah, I'll skip one.
Another reason why I very much support this social media ban for people under the age of 16 is because there is literature that indicates, and there is even in my own clinical practice, right? I have not experienced, but like I guess heard of our children becoming more sexualized younger and younger and younger. It was only not 3 months ago, I think. What was it, 3 months ago? Well, maybe 3 months, 2 or 3 months ago, that I heard an incident from another clinician that I work with, where a 12-year-old boy and a 12-year-old girl were caught having sexual intercourse with each other in the school. I'm not going to name what the school is, but it was in Sydney's West.
That's fucked up.
That is at 12. I don't know about you guys, but I wasn't exposed to pornography until I was about 15 years old, right? When they did the research about it and they kind of discussed with the kids why they did what they did, it was because they were exposed to porn earlier on in the form of social media. It was sent to them on Messenger, basically. That's what the parents originally kind of eventually found out, sorry. So yeah, we've got to protect our kids from that, because basically, these kids were 12, and like obviously puberty for girls is happening around that time. For men, you could argue that puberty is happening around that time. Sorry, it's a bit earlier for girls than it is in men, but like 12 years old, that's when I heard about that, my jaw dropped. I was like, what the fuck, man? What's going on there?
Wow.
Just responding quickly to Megalodon, my friend. It sounds like you're a fantastic parent. You sound attentive, and you sound like you're emotionally available for your kids. I pray that moving on in the future that more parents are like that. Unfortunately, they are not. And it's been in my experience, and I will say this, and I don't exaggerate this. I believe that 85% of the middle class and lower class capitalism parents, I believe that they experience an immense amount of socioeconomic stress, which we know now can cause childhood trauma in the form of many different things, such as physical violence, sexual violence, not being emotionally available for your children, reprimanding them inappropriately, many different things, right? And that's a big figure, and I just want that to sit with people. A big part of my practice now as a pediatric counsellor is working with, I work with kids. Well, I know when I work with kids, I don't work with kids completely, I work with their parents. And it's interesting to see how all the intergenerational trauma kind of filters through in some way or another, but that's okay, because we have to work through that therapeutically to allow the family to move forward. Even the DCJ don't like removing kids. They would rather them stay with the family, but sometimes they have to. And hence what this has to do with the ban is I believe this ban will be useful because it will regulate access people can have to our children through social media, based on the last example that I gave you guys.
And then the last one.
Final point on the ban. Again, I said what I said before about parents not being emotionally available, because what parents do in this day and age when they're not emotionally available, they give their children iPads. I watched a pair of twins that I work with. bypass parental locks to go and view OnlyFans. I saw that probably a month ago. Yes, a month ago.
Fuck.
There were 7.
7?
I'm going to let this sink in.
The Wiggles
7 years old. Just going to let that sink in again. They were 7 years old. And they went and they cited OnlyFans because they saw a link on some social media platform, right? Fuck. According to their parent. And I explained to the mother and the father, I said, this is, we are having these increased issues because of, unfortunately, and these people were working 40-hour weeks, both of them, 80 hours between them. Crazy. And they have 2 older daughters, and one of them's also got autism. Like, it's very, very hard. And they're emotionally stressed and mentally stressed. And again, unfortunately, it's becoming more of a pattern that these parents are giving their kids phones, iPads, PlayStations, which is exposing them to more sexuality, violence in the form of words. So emotional violence, basically, you can say as well, especially online, as many of probably me, Dylan, and Iggy and Joey know when we play online games. Yeah, I think this band's going to be good for us. I think as to protect our young people from all this stuff and to help build them when they're more cognitively.
Damn it!
The voice memo went. All right, yeah. Point.
7 years old.
Yeah, that's crazy. Are the Wiggles having OnlyFans? What are you looking at 7 years old at OnlyFans?
No, but so it's like what he said though. The problem is not what they're searching; is that they're on looking at shit, and then there's that one motherfucker, that bitch who's got a link in bio, and it's fucking links to their shit, and they're like, and it's all shit like that, or fucking Jerry from fucking who's a year older is sending links to everyone else and shit. Like it's ridiculous. Yeah. That's fucking scary, man.
Internet's a dangerous place, bro.
God damn, that is scary.
Kids just really have no business being on the internet, man.
Yeah.
Especially at 7.
Yeah.
7
But he made a good
doing
point.
anything on the fucking internet.
He made a good point, and this isn't for all parents because obviously you're gonna give your kid a fucking iPad at some point, but it's the level, right?
Yeah.
There's some parents, like you said, they're emotionally unavailable. Like I said, there's levels. I know when we have kids, I'm going to definitely at some point he's going to be, or he or she's going to be watching the iPad. But like we were saying last week, you police it a bit, right? But there's the people that just rely on that.
Yeah.
And they live their life as if they'll only like show that kid attention if they're crying or they really need it, or feed them. But you got to be kind of, like they're kind of like in the dark with like just that tablet. That iPad they're watching is the
tablet's babysitting the kid.
Yeah, is their carer. You know what I mean?
People get the social media to babysit the kid for them.
But there's levels. Like I said, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's life. You got to go with it at some point. But it's to the point of like, oh yeah, I have a kid. He's been watching The Boys for 3
fucking
hours.
3 hours. Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, but that's He made some good points where he's well spoken.
That's coming from someone
with experience
who works in psychology, so they're very valid points.
Yeah.
But again, take everything that you want here with a grain of salt.
Not anymore. We got Tori.
Yeah, Phoenix Sound.
I'll buy a Temu.
Puss.
That's what I was just
Yeah, good little fan.
Temu.
Welcome to the Reddit Corner.
Let's go.
Return.
It was my week, bitches. Yeah.
What's the topic,
yeah.
DZ?
Yeah. I actually was struggling to think of something, and so Mum put something.
Yes,
She's always got a little ideas and suggestions.
Mother.
And I was like, can I think of something better? And I thought, no, I couldn't. I was trying, I couldn't. So thanks, Mum. She says, where am I? Where am I going? So the Reddit topic for today is your worst or crazy customer/retail experience. Okay. I'll kick it off here. Back when I had a retail job, some customer started yelling to everyone that I had a booger hanging out. Fucking grown man. I was humiliated and immediately looked, and I didn't. Did I? Did it fall out? Was he mistaken? That's not important. What's important was that this dude's goal was to humiliate a stranger, and to me, that's incredibly fucked up. The fact there's a lot of these people walking around in society makes me not have very much faith in our civilization.
Okay. Can I zone in here? Ready? There's two ways of thinking. There's
what?
If you can remove something from your face, I've said it here before. If you can remove it from your face immediately,
10 seconds, yes.
You're helping a stranger. Do I think that guy's got incredibly huge balls for going up to a stranger and saying something like that? Yes. Would I? Complete stranger?
Probably not.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
But a friend, yes. So I get what he's talking about with a stranger doing it, but was he trying to embarrass him or could it have been, you know what I mean? I think it's the way you say it. If he's like, bro, you got to book up.
Yeah.
Bro, you know what's,
book up.
what's funny about I was
That'd be Tory.
Yeah.
I was looking online for like some like little like, do you know those little mint things that dissolve on your tongue and shit?
Yeah.
And I don't know, I started talking about something popped up that was like a joke, like it was stinky deodorant, and my missus goes, you should put that on for the podcast and see how long they notice. I come in stinking like shit. And see if you say anything. And
I wouldn't let you in the fucking studio, motherfucker. Let you stay out there.
I said that. I'm like, I wouldn't want to put him through that. They probably wouldn't say anything. And she's like, nah, Joey said he would tell you if you had something.
Yeah,
that
I really would. I'd let it go. I'd give you about 10 minutes, maybe depending how bad, maybe 7. and then I'd be like, and I'd kind of examine the room and I'll know if Tori's nostrils start flaring or whatever, or Iggy's just going to be like, and then I'll go in and I'll be like, listen, man,
Bro,
you need a shower.
like shit.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
It's way more. You're way more comfortable doing it to your friends than a stranger. That's pretty crazy.
Fuck yeah. I got one. I used to work at a general purpose discount store when I was a teenager. One evening we were closing and a guy and his loud friends show up. They come to the counter with a packet of box cutters, which are like Stanley knives. The guys are obviously dodgy. The guy's buying them, giving me a strange look. He seems a little drunk. There's a couple of kids who look like teenagers younger than me with him, and I'm pretty sure that these knives are going to be used for. So I don't know if that means that someone's buying them for the kids or whatever. I can't remember if I asked him for ID or just refused him outright, but I told him I wasn't going to sell him the knives. After a lot of complaining and escalating to an argument, I'm older than you little fuck, etc., etc., is what the customer was saying to the store clerk. He says something along the lines of, fine, you want to see some ID here, and slams on a piece of paper of a court summons from earlier today, which was for aggravated assault.
Yeah, wow.
So I don't know why he's carrying that with him in his back pocket, just to like scare people. Or
Yeah, what the fuck?
Is that cap? Possibly.
Possibly cap. Did you forget which one it was?
No, I'm just trying to make... Because if I think it's cap, then it's definitely cap. But if I say true, then it's down to Tory.
I don't know if it's true or not. I mean,
I feel like that guy was just playing like the hard card. It's probably not even his summons, and he's just like he's just got yeah.
I think true. I think that happened.
Yeah.
I think it's cap.
Yeah, cap it is.
You know, I just had an idea. Why don't you find a Reddit story each week and bring one?
I was thinking of that earlier, actually.
Just find one real good one and we'll see. And
for the same topic?
The same topic. So we're all doing our things. We get a couple and then you bring one. I feel like you'd find some crazy shit.
Okay.
It's just hard because people send novels.
Yeah, I know. I try to find the quick ones.
They send full paragraphs and I'm like, oh, fuck this shit.
Yeah, I can do that.
All right, so you got to get hats and Reddit.
Okay.
I think if you just find something cool, if you find one on the topic, because you said
Story
you like
doesn't
Reddit,
take
so
long to find anything online. It's crazy.
But you got to relay to her what the topic
is. And,
Of course.
If she finds something.
Or we just invite her to the chat.
You don't have Facebook
Messenger. I'm in Messenger.
I don't have Facebook either, and I'm in there.
I'm in there.
Oh, yeah.
You've put him on the spot. Iggy really didn't want me in the inbox, and now you're
no way. Yeah. Shit. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you've got Messenger, eh?
Just delete all the parts I was talking shit about her before.
Yeah, we'll just fucking add her into it. Yeah, mad.
Yeah, she's part of the crew.
Yeah, sweet.
Cool.
I was a cashier at a Dillon's grocery store in the Bible Belt when I was a kid. One day, a woman came up to the counter in a quiet voice, says, "Excuse me, you've got some ducks out in the parking lot. They're mating." And everyone can see it. I didn't know what the fuck she was talking about, so I just kind of joked about it being that time of year or something. But she continued, "Everyone can see what those ducks are doing. You need to send someone out there right now." The lady was serious. She wanted an employee to go outside and cockblock a duck so kids wouldn't know what banging was. I rolled it over to my supervisor, who did send a cart pusher to make the lady feel better and ruin some duck's big day.
Oh, man.
That's funny as.
Quack. And ducks have like full corkscrew cocks and shit, don't they?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. That's pretty sure. And cats have a weird kind of cock as well. Isn't that weird? Like different kind of... I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how we got onto this. The Google search is like ducks have a corkscrew cock.
No. No, this is a lie.
It's legit.
No.
This is legit, bro. We spoke about this ages ago.
Is it a lie?
There's no way.
It is.
Well,
It is.
not an actual corkscrew, but is it swirly like a
No,
corkscrew?
it is.
Look up an echidna's penis.
Oh.
Have you seen a fucking echidna? They got 2 fucking knobheads or something.
Two knobheads.
Yeah, serious. They
So
got a double-headed penis.
Apparently, the reason why ducks have corkscrew cocks is because something over evolution over the time with the female. So and then
Because they would fly away, so they'd have to.
yeah,
Yeah,
something.
they had to trap them.
Oh,
That's an echidna's penis.
the ducks are trapping the females.
That's crazy.
So why does the echidna? Yeah, okay,
That's fucked up.
okay. We
We don't need to. We don't need
we
to
don't delve into this.
We've really diverted.
but-
That's on the Reddit.
But that's
It's on
pretty
the Reddit
crazy
of it.
because it's like, do ducks really just like when they're mating? Yeah, okay, they're attached to each other and their wings are doing this, but it's not like the duck's got the other one in doggy and he's got one leg up and he's like, as in like, what the kids might think they're wrestling. I'm sure kids are like, oh look, they're fucking. Like they don't know what's what. You know what I mean? Like
That's true for sure.
Well, we've only
Yeah,
fans
true.
these days. Probably the ducks only fans. Fucking read another one, DZ.
Guy seated in the freezer of Trader Joe's, pants down, starting a fresh turd he just laid in the middle of the aisle.
wow.
I believe that.
Yeah, I believe that. My sister Monique, she used to
Were you
work
gonna
at.
say Tori? My
Yeah.
sister.
Yeah, we are related. I think. Otherwise, gross.
Anyway, continue.
Yeah, so Monique used to work at Kmart, Mount Druitt one, right?
Ooh.
And she didn't witness this, but a co-worker did.
Yeah.
She walked around the corner and some lady was squatting and like pissing in the aisle, like
man.
but like with all like near the work attire, like the high vis shit, but because it's next to like a corner of the room. So instead of
Why?
like first of all, if you're gonna do it not in the bathroom, do it outside,
Yeah.
right? But she was very like like looked at more like
The range.
homeless,
Right,
and-
yeah.
So she wasn't like normal. But isn't that nuts? Like, how the fuck does that even happen? Like only in Mount Druitt, right?
You see all them videos of them cunts as well where they're walking. It's like the CCTV
they
footage,
shit in
and they
their
just
hands.
shit like they lift up their pants a little bit and,
Shit and
keep
go.
walking and shit. Like,
Yeah.
what's wrong with you, man?
They just need more lube between their ass cheeks.
It's so fucked up, bro.
Yeah.
Working at the post office in Italy, was threatened with a shotgun because a parcel arrived one day late. A co-worker was knocked out by a lady because a newspaper was missing in the mail. And another one was threatened with an infected syringe. And then just fist fights between customers arguing who got in the line first.
I believe all of those things.
That's
Infected with a syringe. Fuck yeah.
I feel like the getting into it when you're punching on in
post
At
office.
work.
yeah.
in like Target or whatever, like because someone pushed in. That is insane. That's worse than road rage. That's like trolley rage. How is that
Yeah.
even a thing?
That's fucking stupid.
That's
I mean,
rage.
I fight people in my head if they cut me off. Like even if someone's walking slow in the aisle, and you know that you don't really have to get anything from that aisle, but that's the path you take to get to the next section, and you're like, and people are coming, like they get bottlenecked in. And it's more of the older people. They're just like they don't. It's like they don't know what to do.
They're
like,
dawdling. They're dawdling.
yeah.
Yeah, my Chloe gets quite angry at slow walkers.
do I.
Fucking, it does piss me off.
I mean, I am a slow walker myself.
I know, and it
but,
fucking pisses me
Yes.
off every day.
but
we walk
grocery
together.
shopping, we're pretty good. I mean, when I do come,
Yeah, which is
usually
never.
I'm going.
When I do
Usually,
Which is never.
usually I'm working. If I'm not working, I'll go.
For sure.
You got another one for us, Joey?
Yes. Worked at a furniture store. The delivery and warehouse guys started a few hours before open to load the trucks and the desks. The desk peeps usually got there about an hour early that day. I had arrived about 2 hours before open to get some stuff done. There was this guy who was not satisfied that the store wasn't open, so he snuck in through the warehouse and had an absolute fit that there was no one at the counter to help him. He went and found me in the kitchen making coffee and demanded someone serve him immediately and give him a discount for having to go out of his way to find someone to help him. I couldn't stop laughing, which set him off. He complained to corporate about poor customer service.
So he snuck in. He snuck in when the store was closed.
Like going there.
Complained that no one was there to serve him and demanded a discount.
He turns the clothes sign around, so it's just like,
He done it himself.
yeah.
That's
That's
gold.
funny.
I like that. That's
believe
true.
that.
I like that too.
That's someone trying to find something to complain about, 100%.
Oh,
When they
bro.
know they're closed, but they're
That's
like,
so funny.
I relate to that too because I used to work at the furniture store and it works exactly like that. So that's definitely true because they could easily snuck in through the warehouse, gone up the lift, came in when the doors closed. Yeah.
God, where do you got to be to sneak into it?
Fuck, at that job, I got stuck in the elevator like 4 times, and I have a phobia of elevators now. Straight up.
Imagine on a day like today where it's boiling fucking hot, bro.
Was it just a shonky lift?
Yeah, shonky lift. The longest I was in there was an hour and 20 minutes in the elevator. And I'm not the only one. Everyone got stuck in that fucking thing. It was scary, bro. And they kept sending me down there. I thought maybe I could milk it and like get a payout, like workers' comp, like I'm damn it. I don't have the balls to do that, man. Like, this person says, this happened just today, actually. I work at Starbucks. Went to do my routine lobby and bathroom check just to clean up during the craziness. Went into the men's restroom and there was shit smeared all over the walls, toilet seat and mirror. Really had no other choice but to clean it up with my coworker. Definitely the most disgusting shit I've ever had to do in my life.
That's cap.
No, it's not.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Can I just add, when I worked at McDonald's on the M4, that exact same thing happened, but in the female bathrooms. Oh. And when I tell you, the shit was literally on the walls.
To the window.
It was like somebody had wiped the shit with their hand and then literally smeared it on the floor, on the toilet seat, and then the wall.
No, I think that's what people do though. Like I don't think you can actually explosive shit like that. I think they actually just be dirty.
And when your fingerprints are actually in the poo.
Yeah.
And then you can't get paid enough money to have to clean that up.
Yeah. Fuck that.
And you're working at Macca's or something?
14-year-old me on $7.50 cleaning up human shit.
Did you say that was KFC or Macca's?
Macca's. Disgusting. So that's true. I believe that.
Yeah.
And that was the female toilet.
They gotta be crackheads.
Yeah, no. I just think, bro, people have like weird fetishes like that. If you just on Reddit, people always comment like, dude, I've got this weird thing where like I'll go into the bathroom and just like make it really messy or piss all over the floors on purpose. And bro, people are fucking weird.
I have a friend.
People are weird.
I have a friend. I won't say his name. So he literally would send me Snapchats when he was out, and he'd be like, the drunker he got, like he'd go to the urinal once and he'd be like, yeah, whatever, like this. Second one, he'd be like, okay, like what? He'd dribble a bit outside the thing. Yeah. And then the one I would get, right? The one I would get snapped would be him near the end of the night, and he's literally pissing on not just the back, like the tiles, the splashback, but he's pissing on the cubicles door, like in line with the toilet, but still he's not pissing on like the door, but he's literally going everywhere, and I'm like,
that's fucked.
What is happening? Yeah,
that
crazy.
Is fucked.
It's like he's trying to aim for everywhere but the toilet,
that is.
Which is, it's like in your head, right? At the time, you're the only person that exists. When you're drunk and you're on one,
not enough to piss all over the floor, man.
Yeah. I mean, he's a wild boy sometimes when he's on the south. Yeah. But I wouldn't do that. I do the old sway and be like, and realize how like drunk I am. I'm like, oh shit. But it's one of those things where you've always been on the receiving end of a messy toilet. And when you just recycle that and you do that as well, you're being that guy to someone else.
Taking the power back.
Yeah.
That's fucking, yeah. Humans are fucked.
Yeah.
Have you ever dropped your phone? So I had my phone in my back pocket a lot at work. I'd gone to this toilet and I was like, oh, like a bit of a like, shitty one, right? And I literally pulled my pants down the ears to go poo. And then my phone just fell out of my back pocket flat on the floor around the base of the toilet itself. And I remember thinking like, I quickly went like, oh, as soon as I heard it, I just picked it straight up. And then I was thinking, I should really disinfect this. So I took a call. No, I didn't. But like, I'm just thinking like the whole day, I'm like, I really should disinfect this.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
That's why you've got you're growing a thumb out of your forehead now. No real crazy stories here, but I've had several people, as we were talking about, vomiting, urinating, even defecating at my register. At the register, not in the toilet.
Wow, the disrespect. How's your date?
Had one kid bust his head wide open when I told him not to run in the store, but he did it anyway. Just weird shit happening.
Retail is a jungle.
How's your day, ma'am? Bro, why is your face purple?
That's fucking... I could never do fucking
retail sucks, bro. I've done it. Yeah. All my jobs have been retail, unfortunately, and I fucking hate it. I don't know why I keep doing it.
I think I admitted this on the podcast once before, but I used to work at Red Rooster when I was a guppy. I dropped the tray of chickens.
Yeah.
I picked them up and put them back in the oven.
Yeah, and that's not the first time that's happened to.
I did it.
No, not just to you. I'm saying in the history of Red Rooster.
Oh, yeah.
There's been worse things done.
Yeah. And
surely.
I used to be when people used to come and for some reason, right? The job was okay because I used to work with funny people, but what used to piss me off was when people would ask for extra. It's like extra sauce, extra lettuce. It's like, well, it's not enough. So I used to just dead to go, yeah, extra sauce. And like drench the burger. I don't know why. I'd just ruin the burger with sauce or extra lettuce. I'd go like 4 fucking handfuls of lettuce. Like it used to piss me off when people ask for extra. I don't know why.
You're definitely an extra guy.
You get what you yeah, this guy, yeah. His burger.
Hey, tell that to Guzman and Gomez on Dunheved Road. Yeah. They need to know. I go to extra corn chips, and I literally the other day we got Guzzies recently, and I'm so not trustworthy of them guys. Right? I hate being that guy that I like to drive away from the window and check the food. Yeah. I don't like to be that guy that gets the food. You're looking. The next guy behind you's like, come on, bro. Line, yeah. So then I do it, and I quickly go, oh, yeah, is that extra corn chips? And he looked at me weird. No.
Another
time. I go, but I didn't. This time I didn't go out. I was at the window, but I was being quick, right? Yeah. And I just checked her. I don't care as much if they fuck up my order. It's more her order, right? So I'm just like, is this extra corn chips? He looks at me, I'm like, oh, I'm not being a gronk. I'm literally asking you. This is my missus' meal. So, yeah. And he literally laughed when I said that. He goes, that's extra corn chips. And I'm like, fair. But it wasn't really extra. It was just a good serving, right? But what? How much
corn chips do you want, motherfucker?
No, you want enough.
There's not a lot in there. When you say normal corn chips, they give you 4.
Yeah.
When I want extra,
they give you 6.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's not extra.
Like a handful, that should be normal. But their handful is like, no, this is extra.
But are you paying for extra corn chips?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's like $3.
Yeah. And then you ask for extra meat. And then you go through and you're like, oh, this is all rice and guacamole and that. Where's the meat? You get 3 pieces of chicken or something.
Crazy there.
Yeah. But we still go back.
Every week.
Every week.
Bro, if I were you guys, I know it's a mission. I wouldn't go. You have to mission to Penrith.
No.
Bro, trust me.
You drive 25 minutes.
Yep.
He drives almost an hour. So there and back, 50 minutes.
No.
50 to Penrith.
Including the wait.
Joey's
no, I'm saying 25, right? 2020?
No. It's not 25 minutes.
It takes me like 15 minutes to get there, if that, 12 minutes.
Takes me 25 to get from
the counter to order.
No, so you order on the phone.
Oh, sorry. Okay, my bad.
Leave. Yeah. No, but I do. Bro, I would go to that Guzzi like.
But 15 is pushing it for me even.
No, bro, it's worth it.
One way,
bro. That Dunheved one is literally why you have that problem. They are trash. I went there once, and I've never been since because of how shit that they made that food.
Maybe I like the perfect imperfections of like shit workers.
Yeah, I think you do.
You got to support your local business, even the shit ones, right?
Well, they will be destroyed as well.
And maybe I like complaining. I go there so I can go, excuse me, this guy's back.
So you can have stories to tell on the podcast.
This fucking cunt with the bumble ears is in the drive. Well, that was my last one.
You got another one?
That was my
I got one more, I think.
Yeah, you go next.
Yeah, I like picking the very short ones.
Yeah.
Also because my eyes are fucked up, so I can't read too much. Someone called the store and my lucky self picked up the phone. It was some guy who told me he was going to come into the store and tickle my feet.
Oh, that's
a nice little wholesome. That's a little tip.
Wholesome but scary, right?
Okay.
Tickling feet.
I wonder if he was going to pay. If you pay his...
Yeah.
I'll pay to tickle your feet.
I worked at a major American department store. Had a guy come in to return an obviously used toaster. It had toast crumbs coming out of it. The toaster was probably 15 years old and a brand the store didn't even have in stock. I refused to do the return simply because I couldn't. The guy had nothing but a busted old toaster. He gets pissed at me and tells me, if people like you were fighting the war, we'd be all speaking German. I get he was upset. But blaming me for the fall of the free world to the Nazis because of a toaster was a little much.
Holy fuck.
I believe that, and I bet that guy was old too.
Yeah,
it's always the old people.
It's always the old people.
Oh my God. I'm trying to think of some story. I've worked in retail my whole
surely
career,
you've got...
I've been pretty lucky. I've seen stuff happen to co-workers and stuff, but I'm trying to think of the main, man. At the furniture shop was where we had the most weird people.
I had a customer actually a couple of months ago who I was speaking with who was just ranting about something, and I don't know, she was in the wrong, but just going on and on and on. And she literally told me, word for word, you're going to be the reason you see me on the news dead because I've killed myself. I swear to God. And I had to call the police to do a welfare check.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
because our policy is if anyone's threatened suicide or anything, and then terminated the call. So I didn't even get a chance to be like, hold the fuck on. And then I had to call the police of like Mount Tambourine or something in Queensland because this lady was like, I'm going to be on the news dead and it's going to be
People are so weird,
crazy. Like crazy.
At Domain, we had a dude once, or they got the furniture's all on display, all nice and shit. And we have a little 3-piece
jacking off on the couch
balcony set, 3-piece balcony set. No, nothing too crazy. 3-piece balcony set at the entrance, all right? And this guy walked in, picked up the balcony set, walked out, put it in the back of his ute and drove off. He stole...
It's in broad daylight.
And we saw it there this morning, and we're walking out later, and everyone's going, my colleagues are coming up, they're like, you know what happened to the... I'm like, no. I thought maybe someone bought it. They're like, no, we're looking at the cameras and shit, and some cunt, he just...
what a ruthless cunt. That's funny.
It was like 1999 too, that fucking balcony set.
Oh my God.
I feel like, you can't get far without getting caught, right? Unless you're...
Well, we got away with it, I think. We never found this guy. They can't do much. Like, they told the police, and the police didn't give a fuck. And the police were like, yeah, well...
well, you should have had someone there, you know? Like... Oh, that's fucking gold. Well, that was it for me.
Yeah, that's it for me too, man.
Thank you for another
successful week of Reddit Corner.
Yeah, another successful fucking...
Oh, that smells good, man. What am I having for dinner?
Chloe's segment cooking is today.
Hungry Jacks?
Maybe.
News you can trust.
Can you see that in the camera or what? Can you see that?
Yeah, well, now that we've got good quality, you can see that.
Can see it all.
He's got tattoos.
And muscles.
He's got sort of muscles.
Sort of muscles?
No, people should be paying to see this, remember?
Yeah, this is...
Put it away.
Look at that.
Yeah. You can
My
actually
girlfriend's a
see...
very lucky woman.
So Dylan's got an OnlyFans. He's starting.
Look at that.
It's going to be my feet and Dylan's bicep.
FireCast. Yeah.
Well, I want to start this one off because I want to talk about the elephant in the room once again. Conor McGregor.
Oh my God.
Yes.
What is going on here, man?
Did you see the statement he did, I think, today?
Yeah.
No,
so
I didn't. What was the
he did
statement?
admit that he cheated
with
this woman.
But it was
But it's all
consensual.
consensual. And the strange thing about this is it's a civil case, not a criminal
Exactly,
case. So
yes.
she's just getting money
So he's
out of it.
liable, not guilty.
That's right.
Yes.
Which is weird that you can have not enough evidence to be found guilty, but
But
you have
go for the
enough
cash
evidence
grab. Yes.
to be liable.
Yes.
Yep.
So is this a case, a matter of if you have enough money, right? Because civil means you just got to pay. But then criminal means you got to pray in prison. You know what I mean? So
look, it's obvious. It's quite obvious. It's a fucking cash grab, right, on her part, right? I'm not saying that, and
you don't think he did it?
No.
I don't think he did.
You don't think he put her in a chokehold?
No, man. Come on. Like, I'm not saying what he did is fucking right or condone that shit. Like, you shouldn't be doing that to your fucking partners, especially when they're the ones that back you through thick and thin when you've got nothing, and then you get to that point.
Which she did. Apparently, she did.
Bro,
when he was coming up.
You know what I'm saying? So obviously, I'm not saying anything that he's done. I'm not backing him in any way, but I'm just saying. Do you really think he was choking her on the bed saying, this is how I felt against Khabib in the octagon?
Bro, he's a crazy motherfucker.
Yeah,
bro.
he's crazy.
But he also is nuts. But
Did you see what he said to Jake Paul? Jake Paul goes, Dana hits his wife, Conor gets charged of rape, and I'm the bad
You're
guy.
a gay
and
nerd
then
or
Conor
some
goes,
shit.
you're a gay little nerd after. Like, there's no remorse there, bro.
I don't know enough to know if he's done it or
I mean,
not.
no one knows other than them
I
two.
don't know.
That's why it's civil.
I don't have
But I just think he's shown, and this isn't his first sexual assault charge. Not charge, but wasn't there other allegations of something with women? I swear there was. Maybe that's wrong, but I swear there's been other. He's punched a 70-year-old man in the face at a bar. He's ever since that Mayweather fight.
Yeah, you're right.
And there's videos of Conor pulling this girl's dreads
In
right
front of the
and
wife,
that's all sexual. And then all of a sudden D comes in and he goes, Oh, and then he just jokes with Dee and pulls her hair as well.
Also,
come on, bro.
The more you say,
he's got coke all the time, bro.
There is evidence that was presented. There was a paramedic who examined the woman and testified that there was incredibly intense bruising, and they also had to surgically remove her tampon.
Because he shoved it in there.
Whoa.
So, guys, know all the facts.
And the doctor was saying, usually if it's consensual, the woman either knows she's got a period and takes it out, or...
We ain't letting that thing go all the way up there.
Oh, okay.
Well, look, now that I'm staying out of this one.
And
Look,
she seemed very distraught when she... I know people can act, but you just got to take into account the way that guy's been living for the last 6 to 8 years.
It's not off the cards, him acting like that.
Yeah, but I guess the whole liable thing... He must have a Better Call Saul kind of attorney, bro. Because
he does. He's a millionaire.
Yeah. So he would have found a loophole and went, hey, listen, she hasn't got enough on you to be guilty. But then...
Change it to civil.
Yeah.
But and that's better than nothing.
Yeah, but didn't he have to pay her $400K or was it 260,000?
No, it was only 200,000.
That's pounds, right?
I just had it up, converted to AUD.
I thought it was almost 400.
It is almost 400 AUD.
Yeah.
I just had it up.
So basically, he had enough money to pay her out, and he was willing to pay her like more apparently. But then she said, no, I'd rather basically let everyone know that you're
a piece
of shit.
Well, good on her then,
Yeah.
she won. But these things, are they like, what are they? So is it non-consensual at all? Like he's taken it or they were?
No. She DM'd him at a night out or something. And then him and his mate met up with her. And they did coke together. She admitted doing coke with him and they were partying. But at some point, right, she doesn't even remember having sex with his friend. And then there was times where she did remember, but it was very forceful. Ugh. So it does you do blow the lines because I guess he is a piece of shit. But it is easy to get misconstrued. And a lot of guys can hide behind that. Oh, you were just fucked up. We're having a good time, yeah? Because once they, it's like Blink Twice.
Yes.
To a certain way where you get them fucked up enough.
Good movie.
Hey, you having fun? They're like, oh, she's off her head. The next day she comes. It's blurry, bro. And you got to think, Devlin, right, his wife, she was holding his hand through that court case. I was saying to Tori, right? I go, if I was making that kind of money, right, how much leeway would you let a guy have? Say if I had his proclivities with the coke, this and that, the partying, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And I was going out all the time and I cheated on you, right?
But you're a millionaire.
But I'm a millionaire.
I'd look the other way.
If I cheated now, my bags would be packed. There'd be a little ribbon. There'd be like laters. Boom.
That's why. But when you're a multi-millionaire,
so how much are you willing to turn a blind eye? And you know him. But then I said, I know people do prenups, right? But wouldn't she just get half of what he has if he was a half decent bloke? I know he's a piece of shit, but if his wife said, "Listen, I can't take this anymore,"
he could be emotionally abusive to her, though.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going on behind.
I saw a TikTok on it. A lot of people reckon what's it called? It's like trauma bond.
Trauma bonding, yeah. She's been with him for 15 or however
forever.
long.
She literally
trauma bond.
Leave.
Oh, true.
Yeah,
'Cause
a lot of women suffer from that.
And don't they have 4 kids as well?
Yeah.
So there's the kids. People stay together a lot more of the time when there's kids. Period. Right? Alone, without the money, without the cheating. There's just anything else. It's just the kids. That's what matters. Family. That family unit. Yeah, maybe they have been together for so long, man. But it's just crazy what money can do to you. It's like money is another enabler, which it can. It's like social media. The way you use it is you know what I mean? You can use money to I know he's made incredible investments. He's a smart businessman, but you can also spend that money doing coke on a night out and you don't bring the missus and she goes home early and you end up talking to this girl. There's photos of you posing. There's photos everywhere on the internet with him just with girls on his lap. It's crazy. But so I think if he wasn't so out there with his actions and his craziness that I wouldn't maybe believe it as much, maybe. But I think people are too quick to say the woman's lying. It does happen. But a lot of the times, bro, if you got money, you got this and that, bro,
we've seen it so many times, men in power with money. You guys talk about it all the time. You've covered off so many cases, and not cases, but instances of men doing crazy shit and they're in positions of power because they just get bored and they're like...
Apparently she said that she wanted her kid to know that you can stand up for yourself. So that's why she didn't take the incredibly large payout, which he offered initially for the hush money. She didn't take that, hence the civil matter.
Yeah, so why is he offering hush money if he didn't do it?
Yeah,
and apparently, I don't know if this is true. You can actually look this up. Apparently, this is kind of it could be coincidence because it's not proven. But apparently during the case earlier, because it's been going on for 6 years, since 2018, right? Apparently at some point in between there, he might have sent guys with balaclavas on to intimidate her because to try to get her to pull out of what she was doing. This might be bullshit. I've just heard this on multiple counts, but you never know. You know, that could be something that she's maybe, I don't know, conjured up to try to make him seem more guilty, or you know, he has that much money. He has goons, bro. When you have that much money, you have goons that'll do shit for you.
You know, I keep telling myself that I'm gonna not have an opinion on stuff like this because I don't know, and I just should shut up if I don't know. So I don't know. All the things you were telling me are pointing that he's done it. He probably has done it. I would like to believe that he has done it, and she's got some justice here. But yeah, I mean, I think the evidence is too damning. I feel like he's probably guilty.
And I think because he has so much money, you think it's just a cash grab, which people
but
do,
if
bro.
it did happen to you, you'd at least want some money out of it.
And 6 years, would you really go 6 years? I know it's 260K, like pounds. I know that's a lot of money, but 6 years.
Keep in mind, she's also got to pay for her lawyers if she loses too.
Yeah. So 6 years is a long lie to hold and really go for that lie. Because if you're lying, you'll kind of be like, yeah, well, court adjourned, or I don't know if that's the right term, but you kind of wouldn't proceed with it.
When I said I don't think that was just just when I first read, I haven't delved deep into it. So when I read the headlines, I saw the civil thing, and I thought this, and I thought that. I was like, would he really do that? He's got so much to lose now. You're telling about 2018 and the coke, and now you went. I mean, and the stuff he's done, I didn't know about either. All that other stuff you guys were saying. So I guess he's a piece of shit. I fucking didn't know that much about him.
But yeah, it's just crazy how the remorse. He has no remorse. He's already on Twitter. Like, someone should just take that guy's Twitter from him.
I mean, well, he's been corrupted by the money, I guess.
I mean, which would be like, not to that extent, but I was just saying before we cut out, it'd be hard to like not let the money get to your head. You know what I mean? But obviously, it's not hard to, not get to that extent and do that crazy shit. Yeah. But it definitely, like, some people's even character in general would just change. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like,
well, I don't know, man, because I got told some wise information once that doesn't matter how rich money, all it does is just you amplified to max level.
Yeah.
So he probably already was a little bit of
money.
a piece of crap, but now because he's got the money, he can be it at full max. So, yeah.
So I guess he's a piece of shit, man. I appreciate you opening my eyes to that, and I wish I didn't have an opinion on that. But another important news, there's 2 girls in Laos who died from the methanol
that's
poisoning.
so sad,
How
bro.
terrible is that,
What the fuck?
That is awful. So
Isn't
sad.
it 6 girls now?
Well,
Yeah,
but
but
the 2
two
Aussies.
Aussies.
because that shit's been happening overseas for ages.
Yeah.
Even when I went to Greece like years ago, like 8 years ago, we were at this club and we had drinks, right? We're just drinking. That's it. Nothing else. Just drinking. But like, I've drank way more before.
And were you like
we were
blind?
all we had lipstick. We got someone random's lipstick, right? And like my friend drew a dick on my head with lipstick, and like I was making him look like the Joker. And we we're going through photos the next day, and I'm like, bro, it looked like something out of The Hangover. You know how it goes?
Yeah.
Like, it just cuts to different parts of the night, and then when you have the vodka, you know how you taste vodka and you're like, okay, that's vodka, but then you taste the vodka where you're like, cleaning products, or like there's some kind of, I mean, it's harsher than normal vodka. I don't know.
Because they were at a backpackers hostel, so it wasn't like a licensed proper venue. So,
Which obviously much more likely to happen, right? Out of those little dingy places.
As of 22 hours ago, a 3rd Australian has fallen ill after a suspected mass methanol poisoning.
The same one?
And hold on.
Yeah, in Laos. Laos, yeah.
And the reason they do it is because they're chat cunts and want to save money on buying spirits, so they just sprinkle your shit with methanol.
They're cutting it. They're cutting it like drugs.
They're literally cutting the liquor.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
That's so sad, bro. They were like just young girls.
19, yeah.
Man, their parents will be devastated, bro.
Local media have reported that 8 people were detained over the deaths of the American man and the 2 Danish women who were also poisoned. The men detained were identified as hotel staff and management.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Hopefully they get charged or something happens. Oh, what a terrible
Very
thing.
sad.
Very, very sad.
Yeah,
That's like in Bali, when I was getting my leg done. there was this girl in there getting a ambulance tattoo. And then she was saying, like, I asked what that was about, and she was saying that they were at the same Fisher event that we were at what was the club again? I forget where it was. Surveyor? Surveyor or something? In Uluwatu, sorry. And we were there, and they said that they met some guys from Melbourne. They're all tatted up, like had money and stuff, throwing it around, and they just invited them over to their cabana thing. And then it was after that, about an hour after that, things started going downhill, and they had to literally perform CPR on her friend. And the security guys, the people that worked there, one of them had a water on him, and he was just watching her give her friend CPR, and he had a full bottle of water, cold as this and that. Not one inkling, like not one worker went over and went, oh, he or tried to help, and they were just kind of worried about getting them out of there. And they ended up just going to the hospital, and then and over there's no hospital. It's like well, there is, but it's like a dingy. There's more pharmacists than pharmacies than hospitals, and then they reckon that they just sent her home after, and usually something like that, you don't let them sleep straight away, and they were just sleep. They just had to get her home, let her sleep it off, and then pray for the best. Like she woke up good the next day, and she did, obviously. But then she was getting an ambulance tattoo because of it. So
that's again what more methanol poisoning.
And they were adamant that it was them because they were giving them drink. Like they weren't paying for drinks. As soon as they met these guys, they were paying for the drinks. They only had a few drinks before, and they were paying for it, and they were, you know what I mean. And then all of a sudden that happened. So either coincidence, maybe it was someone else from another cabana went. Boop, so it was spiked. It wasn't methanol, I don't think. They think it was spiked.
Man.
But yeah, people are shit. Some people are shit in this world, man.
People are shit, bro. Fucking hell. These guys are fucked.
I feel like you'd like this one, Iggy. Canadian man had the wrong leg amputated. Jason Kennedy developed a bone infection in his right foot and was told he needed to have it removed. He woke up from anesthetic to find they amputated his left leg.
Bro.
So, that is so
How
fucked
pissed
up.
off would you be?
Oh my god!
I'd be like, you fucking what? Like, I'd be like, I would be like, what,
dude, man?
Like, I liked my right leg.
That's like the parody of Saw.
And he's still got the problem in the other leg.
Yeah, so now he's gonna lose both legs.
Yeah.
Legless.
Oh,
That is insane.
the poor
bro.
cunt.
That's worse than Botched, that show Botched, where they get
bad plastic surgery.
Oh man.
To add to it, he was also homeless until January 2023. Now he's concerned that with one leg gone and another, he's not going to be able to work and is probably going to go back to being homeless.
But this time just with no legs.
No legs.
So he got given a worse stint than what he already was in.
Yeah.
Oh,
Poor
bro.
guy.
I'd be fucking spewing. I would be fucking spewing.
Did you hear they're giving 10K incentives for anyone who wants to move to WA? So if you guys want to,
is that true, Tori? Is that true?
Apparently, only applies to tradies because their house turnover is like over a year long. So there's obviously not enough workers. You know what I mean?
To go around.
Yeah.
But I mean, the problem with that is 10K is what last year, for 2 weeks in this day and age?
Yeah, nothing.
3 weeks, if that.
That's what someone's like. That's 4 grocery trips, bro.
Yeah.
But that is true. It'll be an initial $5,000 payment when a skilled worker has secured employment with a WA employer, and then a further $5,000. Yeah.
So you boys got to fake it till you make it and go over with a tool belt or something.
Who do you talk to though? Like, who do you say?
Hey, I want to do this.
The Cook. It says the government. So Cook government $10,000 incentive to help qualified building and construction workers from across Australia relocate to WA.
Could you just go get the money and say, "Oh, this is shit. I'm moving back. I'm going back home."
Eligible building and construction occupation includes bricklaying, cabinet making, carpentry, electrical, glazing, plumbing, and tiling.
Wow.
Ooh.
So I could go.
You could go. I was a roof tiler. I don't know if that counts. Tiling? No, that's bathroom tiling.
I mean, who knows?
I built cabinets with a welder for about 2 weeks.
Do you know would be like the cleaner or something?
Yo puedo cocinar.
You have to demonstrate 6 months of ongoing work to get the second payment. So it's
that's fucked. It's only 10 grand, bro.
Yeah.
When
I first seen it, I was like, oh, 10K. And then now you
make
broke
10
it down.
grand, in like a month.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of government stuff, I'm a little late on this one, but I'm surprised we haven't spoke about it yet. Did you see the fucking New Zealand Parliament. She ripped the thing
haka.
into doing the haka. You know
Yeah.
what I love about that video, right? Is my favorite part about the whole fucking video is, right? You stare at the guy sitting in front of her, right? He's this fresh old Kiwi dude with the tattoos on his face, right? This cunt's wearing like a fucking green suit with a green fucking hat, and he's wearing Nike Jordans, right? So it's like just not like dress shoes. He's wearing sneakers, right, with his suit, right? He's sitting there, and it takes him a solid 3 to 4 seconds to register what's happening, and he's sitting there just going. He turns around, sees what everyone else is doing, then he just goes, and he just instantly joins in.
Yeah, he joins in. Yeah.
He's got no idea what the fuck's
So
happening.
why were they doing this in the first place?
Okay, so I went down the rabbit hole a little bit. I don't want to get anything wrong here, right? Because we love our brothers and sisters in NZ, right? They're our biggest allies, right? They're our fellow Anzacs. But what I'm gathering from the internet is the Maoris are the traditional people of New Zealand, right? The original owners of the land. And then the English settlers, or whoever the fuck settled Australia and fucking New Zealand, right?
Yeah,
Captain Cook or the English, right? So the English find New Zealand, and then obviously you've got the Maoris and the tribal chiefs and shit. So instead of like fighting and going to war over the land, they've come to agreements that they've signed all those years ago. But where they fucked up was there's a Maori version and then the white English version. So now, as over the years in Parliament of progressing in New Zealand, the Maoris are saying, "Hold on, we've got it written down that it goes like this." But then the English people, that's part of not the Maori party, are going, "No, but we've got it written down that it's meant to be like this." So it's both written down that that's the law, but there's two versions of it.
Okay,
that's what I'm gathering.
Can Tori give us the scoop?
I think. Anyone let me know if I'm incorrect there.
Well, Tori would tell
I thought it was something about they were trying to pass something and they didn't. They weren't happy with it.
So the
She
English
ripped up something.
Yeah, the English version, they're trying to pass a new bill, but it's that's not on the Maori version. It's like you can't do that.
Different.
It's
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
written down that they can't do that. But they're both now going, well, this is fucking awkward because we've both got it in writing type of thing. I think. I don't know.
Yeah, so it says the landmark vote on the bill that would reinterpret an 184-year-old treaty between the British and Indigenous Maori people was set to start on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
First signed in 1840 between the British Crown and more than 500 chiefs. Lays down how the two parties agreed to govern. So the British Crown and the chiefs. The interpretation of clauses in the document still guides legislation and policy today. I'm just kind of summarising here. Rulings by the court and a separate tribunal have progressively expanded rights and privileges over the decades. However, some argue this has discriminated against non-Indigenous citizens. Sorry, I'm just trying to summarize.
Yeah, no, it's a big rabbit hole.
Isn't it crazy that
it's a big rabbit hole?
At the end of the day, they were trying to pass a bill. They weren't happy with it. It didn't align with the Maori, laws. It's the same kind of.
Yeah, they want to change. Yeah, so the bill proposes to change the way in which the treaty
is written down. Yes, but on the Maori version, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't it crazy that New Zealand was settled before Australia? New Zealand's older than Australia. You wouldn't think that, would you?
Yeah.
Yeah, like how did you miss Australia? But you just went to New Zealand first. It's just funny because like that old guy that was like, looked like he was the head honcho there. When people start doing the haka, it doesn't matter in what context. You kind of feel like the biggest asshole interrupting it with anything. It's like with any speech. If he started speaking and yelling out while they were doing it, it's like it's even more. Like he probably thought, you know what, I'm gonna let them, because he let them do the whole thing, and he was just because he was outnumbered as well. Like, when you got a group of people doing the haka, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean?
Apparently, though, this isn't the first time that politician has ripped out the haka in Parliament.
Okay, so how many hakas do you get before you're like, no one's going
to... So once a week she's doing a haka in the fucking Parliament. No, but apparently it isn't the first time she's done that.
Okay.
Right. But what I just thought was cool was that was an awesome case of what I always go on about in this podcast. It's the people always hold the power. The second we come together, we can butt fuck these motherfuckers, you know, like the people who are trying to suppress us. But all you fucking idiots on fucking TikTok only care about me fucking getting the movie title confused. It just goes right over your fucking heads. But that there, they just showed to us, bro, we don't like it. Too fucking bad. We're going to band together against it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I've always been a believer of that, but you just, everyone.
Yeah. It's nice to see the people come together and like, you know,
stand up for
stand
what
up.
they,
stand up for themselves and like, and together. That's a thing. Together.
Yes, together. But then in saying that too, unfortunately for New Zealand, is that they're letting this shit divide them when they are all one people.
Yeah, it's like
they're letting it
a
divide
mini America. Not really, but like there's just so much inner conflict within. You know what I mean?
And obviously, thank God that it's not to the scale of America where people are shooting each other and shit. But still, it's just you don't want to see that stuff, man. Especially they're our neighbors.
It's the same thing with the Indigenous here, right? Not the same, but like you got the Indigenous here. Captain Cook founded this place. They had their own Indigenous people there.
Yeah,
it's just like the laws, though.
Yeah,
the Indigenous here don't have the separate laws to certain things, right? They get certain privileges, but I think it's more so torn in New Zealand, right? By like the Maoris way, like their laws and stuff, and then the white man's laws is different, right?
Yeah.
Can I also just add, very quickly on the woman who did the haka and tore up that piece of paper? She's 22 and is the country's second youngest MP, and she became MP at age 21.
Damn.
Wow. So one would say, has she got enough life experience?
Yeah, that's a good point. But she also brings fresh perspective, which we know is needed.
As long as she's not too woke. One of those people that are just...
You need younger people.
You do.
Wow, she's that young into politics. That's insane.
Born in 2002. She also published a book at the age of 17.
Okay, so she's a genius.
What's her name? Smart.
I can't pronounce it.
Try.
Her
first name is Hana.
Hana Rawiti.
Rawiti, but I think that is a simplified version of her name.
Yeah, man, that's cool. I just thought it was cool, man. I don't like seeing our neighbors like that, divided and trying to. But we went for our shit too, and we were divided with the vote yes, vote no. So it's gonna happen everywhere, regardless. But I just thought it was cool. Like that was a cool show of the people coming together. But no, instead we're gonna complain on TikTok about the wrong movie titles.
You got a point?
You fucks.
No, that's me. But have you guys seen? I know this isn't really a point, but have you guys watched Dune at all?
No. Yeah. I've watched them.
We watched it for the first.
You haven't watched Dune?
You only watched it for the first time.
Well, on the weekend.
Yeah, so I'd never seen
Both
Dune.
of them.
I never seen Dune, right? And Dune 2 was coming out, and I was like,
it's already come out.
Yeah, I know, but at the time of like, this has been a long time in the making. We'd be like, we'll get around to watching Dune, you know?
Yeah.
Watched the first one, fell asleep. Right? Now, I was tired.
I loved it.
I was tired.
The first one was way better than the second one.
No, I think the second one was better.
Nah.
Well, you were asleep for the first one.
No, so what happened was, I think I was just a bit tired, right? But what I'm saying is, Dune is such a big world. Like, it's a book. I didn't realize that Star Wars took inspiration from Dune.
Yes.
That was the original Star Wars, like the world, you know what I mean? But I didn't realize how many moving pieces they have to introduce. So it did feel like a drag, the opening one. But like any big different universe, you got to, like Star Wars, you got to like show everyone all the kind of different stories that are, you know, encompassing it all.
It's like 12 books or some shit.
Yeah.
Right. You know what? I'm fucking off Star Wars, bro. I'm off it, man. Have you seen the trans clone trooper they introduced? There's in a comic. There's a trans fucking stormtrooper, bro. It's literally a fucking trans fucking.
How can there be a trans stormtrooper in space?
It's a clone trooper.
Trans
and how would you know?
How
would you know it's a trans unless they go, I'm trans?
Exactly.
It's a clone trooper. So clone of fucking Jango Fett.
A trans trooper.
They made him fucking
a trans trooper.
That's genetically
I know,
impossible.
It's so stupid, but that's how woke Disney and Star Wars especially.
I am the trans trooper.
I don't think you can see his photo. It's quite small, but
so as in trans, as in it's a.
Yeah,
it's a man turning to a woman.
You can't be a clone woman.
Well, tell
you
Star
can't
Wars
be a
that,
clone
bro.
woman. Trans people couldn't survive in space anyway. The gravity's too thin.
Because space uses too much logic. No.
But I see so much of this shit, especially with Star Wars, man.
Come on.
No, but it's not just Star Wars. They do it with everything.
Yeah, with everything. I get,
Yeah.
and I get it when if you have a trans character that's a trans character in the story.
fine. But when you get a clone trooper who's a fucking genetic clone copy of Jango Fett and you make him a fucking trans, it doesn't make sense, man.
Yeah, that
it's
doesn't make
wokeness
sense.
for the sake of being woke. It's just so stupid. Like
That's annoying.
They had to tick boxes.
Don't worry, I will save Star Wars. I'm gonna buy the franchise. I'm gonna. That's why you need to donate. Oh my god,
they got
doesn't
rainbow.
even look like Jango Fett.
They got rainbow colors on the.
That's
armor.
not in a comic. That's
It is. It's
no,
a comic.
It's not.
It's a comic.
It's been released.
Yeah, it's canon.
Bullshit.
Canon. That's on the canon.
Yeah.
But it says it's canon. Does it say anywhere there, Tori, that it's actually canon?
I promise you, it's canon.
No, I don't. Oh, I can't see anything, but
Star Wars unveils first look of its first trans called Sister.
yeah, with armor in the color of the trans.
No, that's a first look. That's a first
No, bro,
look.
it's out. I'm telling. I looked this up. It's canon. I'm telling you, it's fucking canon in a comic or a book or something they fucking released.
There's no way. That's not my canon.
I'm
That's not my canon. No way. No way. No
I'm telling
way.
you, bro. I'm
No
telling
way.
I wouldn't care if there was a trans character, but like I said, but
Can't
when
be a
it's-
clone.
Yeah, when it doesn't
can't be a
make sense.
clone. It'd make more sense if it was a Jedi.
And they cancelled the Acolyte. Did you see that? Season 2 of the Acolyte, they cancelled. So I don't get to see the Plagueis stuff or the Yoda
my
stuff.
fucking god,
Why
man.
they
gotta show-
cancel it?
Because people complain
his
too much.
ass.
But I actually quite enjoyed it. But anyway, they got the new show Skeleton Crew coming out next month.
Yeah.
And all season 2.
Andor season 2.
Yeah,
Well, they better not fuck that up because that first one was the best bit of Star Wars.
Andor was brilliant. But the last point I'll leave us with: have you guys seen what's going on in El Salvador or what's happened?
Yeah,
So-
with all the cunts in prison and shit.
the president Nayib Bukele, or whatever the fuck his name is, since 2019, he's basically been on a tear. And he's like, if you're gang affiliated, any gang members, because El Salvador was the most dangerous country in Central and South America.
Yeah.
In the world, I think.
In the world, yeah.
And then since 2019, he's literally locking up everyone just for gang affiliation, anything. You just get locked up. And I seen, there's a show on Netflix called World's Most Dangerous Prisons. And there's this fella, did I see it on that? Maybe I saw it somewhere else. But anyway, and it had a look, and there's 30 people in one cell.
Yeah.
They get 30 minutes of time outside the cell. It's not even outside. It's just outside the cell, 30 minutes. Then they're locked up back in there with 30 people. But since then, he's literally transformed El Salvador from the most dangerous country in the world to actually one of the most peaceful in South and Central America.
Oh, wow.
And the crazy thing about El Salvador too is, I was talking about Domain, the cleaner that used to work at Domain. His name was Salvador, and he was from El Salvador. And he loved me, bro. He would always come up and tell me stories because obviously we spoke. No one else could speak to him. He only spoke Spanish. So he'd always speak to me and tell me these fucking stories and give me advice. Typical old fella, right?
Yeah.
And he told me a story once of how he was, when he was younger, he was working at he was working for a family friend or something. And he seen a dude get shot in the head while working at this joint. It was like a bakery or something.
Oh my
In
god!
El Salvador, and I was like, "Fucking hell!"
Yeah,
and he was just telling me this shit, and that's how dangerous the
And
country's
then,
been
he
for
goes
years,
back to brushing the
years
pies with butter after that.
Yeah, like
what
it's
the
just he had some wild stories, man. And the funny thing is, his name was Salvador, and he was from El Salvador. So, but yeah, that country was so fucked up, and this guy just from locking everyone up for the most gang affiliated, whatever, anything. It's mostly to target the gangs, I think. So if you knew someone in a gang, boom,
that would be a lot. Yeah,
but it's actually worked. That's the point. So like,
maybe the rehabilitation program for the people that are locked up, it wouldn't be the best, but it's a good way of quickly cleaning up the streets. You know what I mean?
That's the thing too, though, because how long is their sentence? They're just gonna get. What, are they gonna get released and back out on the street, and the same problem occur? Like, how is that gonna work?
Be for life.
Because I think we've learnt that like when you just lock people up and that's it, that they don't really get rehabilitated, right?
Like, you can't release them.
Yeah, especially if you're packing them in 30 deep in a cell.
Yeah,
you're gonna be angry.
Yeah. Then they're all gonna make one big gang.
I had to shit back to back again with Iggy for like years.
Yeah,
and now I'm.
Can you find anything on that, Tori?
Yeah, what you said is pretty spot on, Dylan. One of the interesting things is obviously homicides are one of the biggest crimes over there. And just in comparison, in 2018, there were 3,346 homicides. Oof. In 2023, there was 154.
Wow. So
he's done it.
He's used common sense. So I'm going to lock up the bad guys.
Yeah, it's kind of weird,
it's
right?
Like common sense, man. Fucking arrest these motherfuckers.
but maybe like maybe they just went, because it's illegal. Is it illegal over there to just go, hey, I know you're gang affiliated, there's no evidence? Because other people, like in America, other countries like America, us, like any westernized countries, right? You need evidence. You need evidence. Otherwise, you might be liable like McGregor, but you need evidence.
Yeah.
You could do whatever the fuck, but if you don't know, like OJ got free for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
But I wonder if he went on a rampage and if it's the same in El Salvador, if they need concrete evidence or if it's just kind of
No, it's probably just like.
Well, I think that's part of his thing. He's just more militant about it. So they're locking up people for like
fair.
for
So
less.
yeah,
And I've seen they had the military on the ground as well. A lot more too. I've seen.
Yeah, boots on the ground.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, good on him, man.
Yeah, bro. Like, I mean, that's the thing. I think I had a friend of mine I used to work with. I was telling him because me and Tori, the original plan was to go to South America and stuff. And he was.
But I'm too white and Joey's too.
I'm too gullible. Yeah, Joey's too Joe. Exactly.
Hey Holmes, come on, hey Holmes, look at this.
Let me put my beef in your duck. Holmes.
He's like, hey, sorry, look at this guy, he's so cool. He's got a tattoo on his face.
Yeah,
and
I
shit.
ended up being a part of the cartel. No, but yeah, he was saying that because we wanted to go to Chile and stuff, right? And he was like, "Oh, just don't go to like El Salvador, like whatever you do, like he goes, you can't have your phone out for too long. Like if you have your phone out for too long, it's getting snatched."
And I think Venezuela as well, right?
Venezuela's pretty dangerous. Colombia's pretty dangerous. Places like Chile and Uruguay, Argentina, you'll be pretty safe there.
Brazil.
Yeah. Brazil's pretty dangerous too, but I feel like
the favelas, right?
Yeah, but
Brazil,
places,
stay in the tourist areas, man. I want to go to Brazil,
There's
bro.
places.
Yeah, as long as you stay by the hotel pool.
We went to Brazil technically.
Yeah, we've been to Brazil.
Yeah,
we went to
we had
for
dinner.
like one night.
Yeah, dinner in Brazil.
So I'm going to end us on one insane fact. Apparently, what historical fact you find insane is not commonly known. So obviously, Tori's going to be at the ready for this one.
Are these facts?
Humanity was likely nearly wiped out about 900,000 years ago when our ancestors were reduced to only about 1,280 breeding individuals. Stayed around that for about 117,000 years. Now, I don't know how they can figure that out.
I was about to say, how the fuck do they know
But if that is the case, there's only 1,200 people fucking.
We're all related.
We're all inbreds. Surely.
Yeah, Adam and Eve.
Like we're all
that
related.
Shit. Adam and Steve, whatever you want.
Is there anything on that
Adam and
fact?
Steve.
Okay. So the first thing that comes up is no, human ancestors were not wiped out 900 years ago, but they did come close to extinction. So population loss. In 2023, a study suggested that human ancestors lost 98.70% of their population between 900,000 and 800,000 years ago. The study authors estimate the remaining population was reduced to around 1,280 breeding individuals.
Wow.
So, like you said,
Wow.
It was caused by an extreme climate event, such as a long period of drought in Africa and Eurasia. And the study found evidence of the bottleneck in all African populations, but only a weak signal in non-African populations.
Huh. That's pretty crazy.
So, Iggy, put the thing on for correct, because that was actually correct.
Thank you. See?
that's it, man. Well, it's 1,200 people, bro. That's slim pickings. Your Tinder profile ain't gonna get many swipes.
We're all literally related.
We have to be. We have to actually
because
be.
1,200 people. What's the chances that you'll be related? The 1,200 people.
But I was saying,
no.
it just obviously over time it obviously thins out. But 1,200 people.
But what's the chances that like the 1,200 people would be like, oh yeah, that's my cousin right there. That's three of my cousins. Do you know what I mean? Like the 1,200 people out of the whole world.
If you got 1,200 people in a room.
Yeah, but we're the kids of those 1,200 people. I guess that's enough maybe to not be related.
So it thins out that much.
It's exponential.
Over time. That's disgusting.
I think really what it is voluntary incest. That's what it is. There's no like, that's the person that blames it on the low population is the one that really wants to just fuck his sister. You know
Well,
what I mean?
I got 10 toes and 10 fingers. So.
Yeah. I got 9. What the fuck?
Jesus Christ. Well, that was it for me. I just wanted to end on that cool point that I saw.
Yeah, man. Well, nailed it.
That's it. Guys, once again,
episode 136, man.
You know that the way that I'll try to work it out, if my hypothesis is correct, we're going to finish up on episode 139. So next year's first episode will be the 140th special.
Oh, that's cool.
And we'll try to get some
Wait, is
reptiles
that
for that.
including
That's if we
the holiday breaks and shit, doing New Year's, Christmas.
You have 3 more weeks before the Christmas week.
Yeah.
So you have 3 more weeks.
So 3 more episodes, and then we leave the special for next year.
Yeah.
Get some reptiles in here. I don't know how we're gonna fucking fit reptilians in here, dude.
Let's get the dogs.
At least we can't lose them.
Well, yeah, you'd be fucking surprised, bro. Fucking something slithers up my ass or something.
You'll never see it again.
Well, we could do it in the living room, like we.
Yeah, we'd have to set it up properly and shit. All right. That'll do. I'm sweating my cunt out here, man. This is
I'm
fuck,
so
man.
hot.
Guys,
Let's go.
As always, thank you so much,
Salut.
guys. Yoo-hoo.
Arigato.
That'll do us.
Gozaimasu.
Bow.
Let's go.